So this video is going to talk you through how to build a program that will have someone make some guesses as to a hidden number. So first of all, when you first get into the website, you're going to be in this group page. If you're not here, if you click on Teams over here on the left-hand side, it should take you here. Go ahead and click on where it says Guess a Number. This will open a brand new coding area for you to work with. So that way you can check and see your code. So please use that so I can see whenever we have things done. And then I can also access it then as well. And I can go through and leave some comments, or if you need help with something, I could see you code live on here. So just click on Guess a Number and then get started. I went through and put this up here already. So this is to get someone's name. That was done before with our last videos. So I'm not going to show that again. But basically I just have asking someone's name. There's the person puts in their name. And then what I did is I changed green a little bit, and I'm going to have the system say, well, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 20. You'll have 6 guesses to figure out the number. Now, we will talk about this in a little bit, but you can change those around and change directions a little bit. But for right now, I'm just going to start with this. Notice I also have my comment up here so someone knows what this is all about. So as we're working on this, we're going to have to import a new thing into Python, a new tool for it to use. So I'm going to go up here to line 1, and I'm going to go ahead and give myself a couple extra lines. And the first line I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and use a comment. So put my little hashtag up there. Allow for a random. That's all I'm going to put there for right now. I'm going to put a little space here too so I can see a little better. So allow for random. Okay, so I want to make it so there's this tool from Python. So line 2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do import. And again, you'll see that turn blue because it's a tool or a command that Python understands. And I'm going to go ahead and put a random. So it's going to understand that it's supposed to import something random. So random numbers, random letters, random something. So maybe our line right now, that should go away as we continue to code. So now we need to go through and use this somehow. So I'm going to go down here to the end of my code. Go ahead and push enter a couple times here. So I need to use that random tool and have the program find a random number in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and put my comment down here. I'm just going to say have Python choose a random number. Okay, so my code is going to look something like this. So I've got number, so that's going to be my variable. Okay, notice it's still white, so it's okay with that. I'm going to say equals, and I'm going to go ahead and use that tool, random. Okay, so now you're going to see that the little underline thing went away up here on line 2 because it is now being used. So random dot rand int. Now what that means is going to be a random integer. And notice that's yellow. So again, that's an action that Python understands. And I'm going to go ahead and make it between 1 and 20. So this is where later on, if you want to go through and change it up, you can make those numbers bigger, do 1 to 100, 1 to 1000, whatever you might want to do for that. So pick out random numbers between 1 and 20. So after we've got that taken care of, we're going to go down here and look at guesses. So I'm going to go ahead and put my comment down here, have user take guesses. So there's a couple different things I need to do to make this work. So first of all, as I go through and start to think about how I want this to happen, I want to make sure that the user has some different options to choose from. So we have some things we need to consider here from a logic standpoint. So the user's going to have 6 total guesses to take. So 6 guesses. So we got to code that in there so that way the user cannot take more than 6. So then we have to have something to say if they're right, they're going to have something happen. So we have to have an outcome for that. And if they're wrong, we have to have an outcome for that. And then we have to have another one as well that says, okay, well, when they're out of guesses, what's going to happen? So out of guesses, we're also going to have another outcome here. So we're going to have to make sure that we code this in appropriately to make this work. So next video, we're going to talk about how it's going to work and start to build that in here so we can make that work for our code.